Hello Capricorn and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. We have the Six of Crystals coming out, Synergy and Gratitude. I have to confess this is take 2 of your reading because I didn't have everything ready. The first card you actually came out was the Temperance energy, and they still want me to talk about that even though you've also got Synergy and Six of Crystals, Synergy and Gratitude, because I was talking about the May highlights and what's happening in May. So this is the reading for May. We start the month in your beautiful fellow Earth sign, Taurus season. We pretty much straight up in May, we go into a retrograde cycle for Pluto, the planet of transformation. That starts on the 2nd of May. So that's like a big undercurrent that we're all going to be feeling. Retrograde cycles are when we go back over old things, and especially this is going to be about old truths, old things being revealed, old things that we want to transform in our lives. So then we move into a lunar eclipse. So we're still in eclipse season, which is a full moon at 15 degrees of Scorpio on the 5th of May. Mercury, which starts the month in retrograde, goes direct on the 15th. So midway through the month, Mercury, we get out of our Mercury retrograde, which is really good. And then we have a beautiful new moon in the sign of Taurus on the 19th of May at 28 degrees. And then we move into Gemini season. So jam-packed happening. And when I was tuning in for you, I've got this funny guide that comes in today. My guide has come in the guise of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. I'm just like, oh, you've turned up as Gandalf today, have you? And I think he's really trying to get me to focus. So it's been quite fun playing with this guide. But showed me, okay, what does Capricorn need to see? A little vision. They usually show me a little vision before the reading. And it was this vision of like you were in, it was like an armory or something like that where you were forging, what's the word? Suits of armor, quite literally, is what I'm trying to say. And so it's like you were creating these suits of armor, and it was like en masse. It's like you were the one that was in charge of this situation, and people kept bringing you these suits of armor, and you're going, no, that's not right, not good enough. And then this sense of getting really frustrated that the process wasn't working, or you weren't getting the result that you wanted, or that it just wasn't right. You know, this is not the suit of armor I'm looking for. This is not the thing I'm looking for. And it's almost like you've got this particular set of parameters, like I know what I want and I'm not getting it. And so that's why I found it interesting that the very first card that I pulled out was the Temperance card, which is the card of patience and alchemy, things shifting and changing form, a bit like, you know, the energy that's needed to forge a suit of armor. It's interesting that they're saying they're kind of bringing up that armor is about going into battle and armor is about protection as well. But it was almost like the skills and mastery level. It's like I want it to be it had to have a particular way it was made and looked and created. There was a practical element to it that was missing, and it was like, yeah, so it's like a sense of things are shifting and changing form. I think this is what it's meaning. Things are shifting and changing form, Capricorn, for you. And you might have a very particular way or vision of what this is that you were wanting. And if it's not turning out that way, because we are going to go through that retrograde energy of Mercury in retrograde, which is like the show it to me, no, I need to review it, let's do it again kind of thing, let's rework it energy that comes in with that. There's something like that comes in, like a reviewing kind of process, or having to redo something or re-edit or reevaluate something. And I feel like you're kind of doing it over and over and over to the point that it almost tests your patience. But then they showed me this sense. Then they showed me, I was like, okay, well, what's the point of this for Capricorn? Like, why are you showing me this? Like, they're getting frustrated and they're not getting what they want from a situation. They've got a very clear idea. And then what they showed me was over here, there was like this energy that came up here, like another little vision formed. And it was like, okay, now I know what I want from this process. And it wasn't the original thing that I was thinking. It's this other thing over here, and I got this sense of deep ambition that came in with it. So it's almost like out of this frustrating process of not necessarily getting what you want, or reviewing something, reevaluating, and it's not kind of going the way or the path that you were hoping it would, direction you were hoping it would go in. It's almost like they're showing me like the oyster creates the pearl out of one grain of sand, which is an irritant. It's like, use that. If it's an irritating energy, use it it's kind of directing you to a new path. There's a new vision forming. So it's kind of interesting here that we have Six of Crystals, synergy and gratitude, this sense of there is a synergy occurring here. There's magic, there's alchemy occurring. It's just not happening in the way that potentially you're expecting it to happen or in the timeline that you're expecting it to happen. And so when it does happen and it finally comes together, there's going to be a lot of gratitude for the kind of sense of things rebalancing. And you're going to really notice, like, this is where you could be a little bit out of sorts with people around you, but also the ones that are by your side that you're really happy to be there, you're going to be really grateful. So it's going to be like kind of chalk and cheese, really. But so that's, I do get this sense there's this process of something, you getting what you want, but it's not what you think that you want or that you need. Like the vision's not even there yet. So let's see what's shifting and changing. Okay. Yeah, of course. Wheel of Fortune came in because that was the energy I had. Like this is Jupiter here, Sagittarius, Pisces, Jupiter, Cancer. Jupiter is, moving towards the North Node in Taurus, getting closer and closer to that North Node energy, which is a life purpose energy, a sense of there's something with purpose calling you here, that the vision is expanding and growing and growing and growing, and it has this sense of fate, and I really need to be doing this. And so this Wheel of Fortune is saying everything's about to shift and change. Like there's a big shift and change on the horizon here, and it's very much associated with fate. So that's something that's coming through for you, Capricorn. So the universe has got its own little ideas about the direction, and that might be a little bit different to yours at this moment in time, but it's just about the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter is a very benefic energy. It wants to bring something good or make something easier for you eventually. So that's a nice energy to come in. So Capricorn, just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you the fuller picture of what's going on for you, a more holistic view. And this is a general reading, Capricorn. Just take what feels right, leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. You can buy the extended reading either individually, or you can, I'd love it if you actually check out the beautiful Patreon community that we're building and growing at this moment in time. Lots of extra content in there, and you can have access to all 12 of the extended readings. So you can cross-watch, you can watch your Sun, Moon and Rising, you can do, and there's so much more in there. And so the link for that is in the description box below as well. So there's an interesting story that's being told here. Boom, this is you. Yeah, the Tower. You're going to have to do things a little bit differently, and it may require a little bit of frustration and letting off steam. We're seeing a review process coming in here with the Judgment card. So it's kind of the Star card, you're going to be very strongly guided. It's all kind of reiterating a lot of what I was already seeing. I want what I want with the Ace of Wands. I know what I want. And the Knight of Cups, there's the vision forming here, following a dream. Okay, interesting. Time to follow your dreams, but it may be that those dreams are shaping into something, very different, but the clarity will come. You're saying yes to it. Ooh, and opening your heart. Very nice. And we have the Chariot. Yeah, interesting. You might find it hard to focus or to bring the focus into, like, on this because it's like, I don't know, it might just feel like there's a lot of distractions or frustrations, or there's a lot of things happening, and it's like perhaps the thing that you have to do is not the thing that you want to be doing at this moment in time. But they keep showing me like this Wheel of Fortune. They're kind of saying it's like this boat is not moving, and it's like the wheel is like a hamster wheel, like one of those old, it's a little bit like one of those old-fashioned steam paddle kind of, I don't know what they're called, paddle boats, where they used to have the old big ring and it would go around and collect the water, and it would be powered that way. But it's kind of like it's going round and around and around, but it's not moving anywhere. So it's this frustration of a hamster wheel. But they're saying that it actually comes from the center. The change comes from this center point, not from the external. It's from within. So that's the message I was getting. So let's see. Speaking of what's happening within, the situation is the Moon card. So the Moon card is when you're trying to follow your intuition, or you may be getting intuitive messages, but it's still like frustrating, or something's not clear. it could be that something underneath the surface is kind of not being clear, underlying there, and needs to be kind of cleared up and out, which we're seeing here with the Judgment card. So this may also be that something just requires a little bit of time, like the moon cycles need a little bit of time. But it is crossed by the Eight of Cups, which would suggest that there's almost this sense of something's just not feeling fulfilling. You could be feeling quite detached, even disengaged from the process or a process happening in your life or something happening in your life. And just kind of, maybe a deep questioning of like, what's a bit of soul searching and coming in, an evaluation coming in around it. At the base, what we have is the Judgment energy. And this is where it's kind of realizing there's a whole heap of old issues coming up or old things coming back. This is very, we see all the bodies coming out of the coffin. So this is, like a very retrograde energy, having Pluto in retrograde and Mercury in retrograde. It's like, do we have to go back over that old ground or revisit that again? But it's all coming up and out. And it's come out to be cleared. So even though this can be like kind of like frustrating or annoying, it's come up because there's some kind of second chance or rebirth that you're getting messages about that is it's heralding that, whether it feels like it or not at the time. So in your conscious mind, you've got the Four of Cups, which is, there's something, something's just not feeling right. This can be boredom, frustration, evaluation, reevaluation, soul searching. It can be, feeling really restless, searching for something deeper, searching for something more. So trust that feeling, because I think that sense of feeling a little bit like I'm just going around and around and around, a bit like Groundhog Day. It's like, okay, it might feel like I'm all this effort going in and not moving forward, but it's saying, it's going to require a little bit of patience. Like I said, with that Four of Cups, trust that sense, the area of your life that you're starting to get frustrated and irritated and you're searching for something more, because that's what's going to change and expand and grow. That's where this new vision and ambition is going to ultimately kind of emerge from. In the recent past, we have the Two of Cups. So this is a relationship or love and relationships, or a connection of some sort in the recent past that's been significant and been important. And perhaps this person's still by your side, or perhaps this is the people that are frustrating you now. But there's been some kind of significant connection that's come through for whatever reason, significant enough for them to bring it up, because for some of you, there is a new relationship coming in here. For those of you who are single, there is definitely like a new relationship, and there's also perhaps a second chance at a relationship that's coming in, or a rebirth of an energy within a relationship. That's definitely in here as well. A lot of, like with all these cups, a lot of relationship vibes coming in around it. So, but in the near future, you've got the Two of Swords, which is kind of like a lot of like indecision, hesitation. Your intuition's telling you one thing, your rational mind's telling you something else. What do I believe? I feel like I'm being guided down this path, but it doesn't seem to be working, or there's something frustrating about it, or, it's just very hesitant about stepping forward when things are not clear. But you're presenting as the Tower, like, boom. It's almost like, it's the rectangle building with the round crown. Something no longer fits, like the armor. It's not fitting. It's not right. Something's not right here. So it's almost like it's become so clear, and all these like, clouds could be like letting off steam sort of energy. So I really feel like you potentially could find yourself at a level of frustration that could feel like breaking point, or it could feel like you have a little bit of a tower moment. But I feel like you're so ready for a change, or for something to change here. That's something that's coming through. Sometimes with the Tower and the Judgment energy and the Knight of Cups, it's just something big is shifting here that you're opening your heart to. Quite literally, there could be some defenses coming down as well. So because the energy around you is the star, and this is where the new vision forms, and this is where you're being very, very strongly guided. There's opportunity to step into things that might feel very fated and wishes coming true and feeling more hopeful and optimistic. So this with Jupiter is feeling more like that. And then if it feels like, okay, it's not moving forward, then it's frustrating. But you are being very strongly guided with the star card, and there could be moments of like clarity, downloads, revelation, boom, that come through. So hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Wands. This is very much like I want what I want. I know what I want, the Ace of Wands. And it's like I just want something new to happen here. I don't want to be on this hamster wheel kind of thing. This is the birth of passion, motivation, a new goal that comes in, drive. So it can be very creative. It can be very sexual energy, like sexual attraction can come through with that as well. So, yeah, but I get this sense of, I really want something here. And, but I see that it's coming in with the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Cups. But this is very, like the Ace of Swords is like the clarity is coming through. And perhaps it's understanding a different way of expressing what it is or how you're feeling and what it is that you really want here. That could be something, a new way to do that. This could be like a brilliant new idea that comes in for you as well, Capricorn. Like this Ace of Swords just feels so amazing. It's almost got like a new contractual agreement to it. So whether this idea is like, okay, this is my idea, I really feel like I have to do it. That's kind of you agreeing to something. This could be a new agreement or new way, a new understanding within a relationship or clarity within a relationship. But either way, if there's been a lack of clarity that we're seeing here with the Moon card and the Two of Swords, hesitation, not sure, there's underlying things going on, underlying feelings, or not sure about what this is happening in this situation. Here we have the clarity about where you want to move forward. We've got the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups as well. Opening, tentatively and nervously opening your heart up. There could be some kind of surprise offer that comes in that you're saying yes to. And it's from following your heart, following this vision, this is intuition and logical mind working together. So it's almost like something changes form. And it's like, okay, now it can all start working. So this is like a real light bulb, aha moment. Now, finally, I'm moving forward. It's feeling really, really good. It feels exciting. You could be feeling really differently about something. And this is where there's some sort of unexpected offer that you're opening your heart to and saying yes to. So we do have the Chariot card, which is saying, the charioteer is wearing the armor, quite literally, and going into battle and trying to get these two sphinxes to focus, like these two people or energies that feel like they're heading in different directions, or it's just really hard to focus or rein these energies in. But it's like you have to be the driving force of this. And it's going to require some willpower and some determination to kind of get past this initial like kind of frustrated Groundhog Day energy. But once you kind of get past that and the clarity of how someone's feeling, or the thing that there's some kind of breakthrough energy that comes in that you're going to be feeling so differently. So perseverance, stick with it. It really is. It feels almost, like with the Ace of Swords, I really feel like that's possibly when we move into Gemini season, which is the element of air. I think that's when things can start clearing up as well. But a lot of clearing up and out here with the Judgment energy with something that's been very unclear. And maybe it's just like a sense of purpose or direction. That could be something, or the directions. Like, this is how I want my armor made. Why are you not understanding that? So whatever it is, and this could be where there's underlying feelings for someone and you haven't been able to express it, and then the clarity comes in and you can. So this is where we can say, okay, this is where you potentially could be falling in love, or there's a new way of opening up to somebody. So it's very nice energy, but there's a little bit of an effort that's required beforehand. It says, I'm beautiful and everybody loves me. This is your affirmation card. I radiate acceptance and I'm deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. Beautiful. And we're seeing that quite literally, like with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, it's becoming quite clear that you are being surrounded by this energy, and there's this synergy and gratitude which is coming through, which is really lovely. But a lot of like big changes, things being cleared up, communication is key, A lot of that sort of stuff, dynamic energy coming around here with this Capricorn. And look at this beautiful turtle as your charm. I love this. This is the little turtle climbing over the sand, trying to get back to the ocean. It's like the charioteer, you know, I'm just going on this journey. It's requiring a lot of effort, but I'm going to get there. I'm the driving force. I'm going over this desert, and it's hard walking on sand, anybody that's walked on it. And but when it finally gets to that ocean and dives into the water, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the thing that's feeling really good, that's when it feels like, okay, I've come back home and okay, this is now feeling good. So it feels like this, you know, the turtle needs to have the goal to get to the ocean in the first place. So the ocean could represent, you know, the ocean of life, can represent a relationship, how you're feeling. Lots of fish in the sea. There's one unexpected that's coming out here. And yeah, it's just, it can even represent your intuition, but it does feel like it's like this, I just get this sense of this turtle needs to get to a certain place. And so that is, I think, yeah, really ambitious. So that is your reading for the month Capricorn. It definitely has got a sense of getting to where you want to get to through sheer determination, grit and perseverance. And there's breakthroughs around that, which is actually really fantastic. Things are shifting and changing. Fated energies are coming towards you, and it will be revealed when it is ready to be made clear to you. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to look at what's happening after. We have this moment of clarity. Something is, you know, surprising is on offer here. You followed your heart or your dreams, and it just feels all very like, oh, okay, new. So let's see where this is all going in the near future, the future beyond. We'll pull some clarifiers. We'll ask the best way to work with this energy. And yeah, so that's all in the extended reading. Like I said, you could buy the extended reading individually, or you might like to check out a beautiful Patreon community where you have access to all 12 signs and so much more content. So the link for both of those things is in the description box below. And also please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, Capricorn. Love to read your comments. It also helps with the growth of the channel, and I truly appreciate it. And yeah, take care.